My dad is not a large or confrontational man. He keeps a police baton under his bed in the case of an emergency, but I don't think he ever thought he'd have to actually use it.
Why a police baton? Bro. What's up, guys? So, since spooky season is around the corner, yes, I unironically just said that, I decided it is time for some more Mr. Nightmare, because he has just uploaded a video called Disturbing True Halloween Horror Stories, which I thought this was the perfect time to watch this. Now, if you want to see the original video, the link in the description. It is by Mr. Nightmare. Go check out his channel, link in the description. He always makes great content, and I always love hearing his stories. He's got one of the best narrating voices on YouTube by far for stories. And so yeah, and make sure to go check out the video in the description, because we will be cutting the last story out. So if you want to see the full video on his channel, you have to, well, if you want to see the full video, it'll be the link on his channel. So the third story will be on there, so you'll have to go watch the video to go see what that third story is. Without further ado, let's do it.
It was Halloween weekend. It was falling on a Saturday this year. My mom always takes
awesome.
decorations.
That's always the perfect day for it to be on a Saturday, unless you have to fucking work. That sucks. Every job I have to work on Halloween because I don't have kids. It's not fair, damn it. I want to go to Halloween.
And giving out candy very seriously. It's almost like she has to compete with the neighbors to have the most sought-after house to trick-or-treat at. We live on a corner in a regular suburban neighborhood, so when we're decorating, we also decorate the side yard of the house too. Since Halloween was a Saturday this year, kids started trick-or-treating earlier in the day. However, it was a cloudy, cold day, and there was a chance of rain in the forecast. My mom apparently couldn't understand that this may have been a factor as to why there weren't many trick-or-treaters out. Instead, after a few trick-or-treaters seemingly skipped our house, she assumed it was because there weren't enough decorations out to attract the trick-or-treaters. She told me to go get whatever containers were left in the attic.
I don't think that's what it is. Do you have enough lights on to say what it is? Or maybe they just don't want to go to the house. Did you guys sell, like, I don't know, rice cakes one year? Did you sell canned soup one year? I don't know. Maybe you sold something like that, and they're like, oh, you see that house? Yeah, fuck that. We're gonna go hit the rich people houses because they have the best candies, which they do. And then they yell at you for stepping on the grass, which I've had happen. I don't know, I always thought that was a... okay, if you want to protect your grass, you want to protect your grass, that's fine.
Containing decorations. I insisted this wasn't necessary, but she insisted otherwise and forced me to. So I went up to the attic, which is directly above my bedroom. The attic door is in the hallway upstairs. I pulled down the door and climbed up the ladder. We had the holiday containers sorted a specific way, so I went over to where the Halloween containers were. There were only a couple still left up there. I opened one to see what was inside, and said good enough. I started dragging the container out towards the attic door, then I carefully slid the container down the ladder. As I was about to climb down out of the attic, I thought I heard something on the opposite side of the attic, like a piece of wood cracking under the weight or pressure of something.
God damn it. No, I don't want to hear about this switch right now. I need to hear what happened in the attic.
I looked over to the wall of containers in the far corner. It's an attic, though. The sound of wood snapping or cracking really wasn't that weird. I climbed down out of the attic and brought the decorations downstairs. From there, my mom and I put out some more decorations in the front yard.
Yeah, it's not that scary until someone's up there. Should I even... Oh, man. I might have my own story time right now. I don't know if I should say this online. There's a story I have, and I should probably change the name so it doesn't, like, get me in some trouble, but... this story is already public, so I think I could tell that story. Stay tuned for the end of the video, and I'll tell you a story.
Windy and felt like rain at any second. There really weren't many trick-or-treaters at all. My mom was disappointed because she goes all out with the candy too. She's always been one of those people who makes a bunch of homemade goodie bags with a bunch of different candies inside. I could see how upset she was that she wasn't going to give most of them away at this rate. The day progressed, and I was in my room playing video games on my laptop, while my mom was downstairs in the living room and kitchen handing out candies to the few trick-or-treaters that would come. And then, it started to rain, and that pretty much put a damper on the rest of the day trick-or-treaters-wise. I was gaming in my room when I heard a crack from above my room, in the attic. Again,
no hell yeah for that.
Abnormal, but I made a mental note that that was the second time I heard something from up there. The rest of the day was rainy, and that night it turned into a thunderstorm, perfect for Halloween night. I used to be a big gamer in my teens, and so instead of going out with friends on a Saturday night, I would often just stay in playing video games, unfortunately.
You know, there's nothing wrong with that. I used to do that. And many of us have. Trust me, there's nothing, no shame in that. Minecrafting with the boys or something like that. There's no shame in that. COD 2, no shame in that. Modern Warfare 3, there's no shame in that. Going out, I mean, as a teen, shit. I did videos on Saturday nights. That's what I do with my time. I don't know if that says anything about me and my introvertness. I'm an introvert, so that's probably why I am not good with talking to people. So I know, right? Shocker. Maybe that's why I do videos, because it's easier, because I can talk to you guys, but talk to myself at the same time. Maybe it gets me better at talking. I think it does sometimes. I don't know. Maybe it hurts it in a kind of a way.
This night was no exception to that. I stayed up really late into the night, past my parents.
Yep.
It was still raining outside. Then I heard something above me again.
Bro, those were the times though. Staying up all night playing Minecraft and shit. Like I remember when we used to like stay up back in like even senior year we still used to do it. Saturday nights or like some Friday nights we get like 3 TVs in one room. We all be playing Minecraft together and all of them. And I'll be honest, even though I'm a night owl to a certain degree, there's a part of me that always wants to clock out early. Like, the older I get, the more I want to clock out early. Like, I mean, right now it's like 10:30, but like, let's say it's an hour and a half from now, I'm out. No, it's like, I'm not going to stay awake for that. I'm kind of like stalling a little bit, because these stories do kind of scare me, especially the attic, because we got an attic up here. I'm home alone right now. My girlfriend's at work, so maybe this is not the best time to be watching this, because I'll be honest, when you're talking about the attic story, that was starting to freak me out. That's probably why I paused the video. But, yeah.
This time it sounded
I don't know
like
why I said that. I'm trying to make myself not look like a bitch.
footsteps. I was wondering if my mom was in the attic putting stuff away, but it was late at night. I sat and listened for a while. The sound stopped. I paused my game and went out into the hallway after a couple minutes, and I saw the attic door was open. I now heard noises from downstairs.
This is some Michael Myers shit.
I heard the
Hell
sound of
no.
things being moved around in the fridge. My heart was racing now. I tiptoed down the hall to my parents' room and quietly opened the door. When I saw both my parents fast asleep in bed, I felt my stomach twist and I felt sick.
See, that's what... This is bullshit. It's because the sounds in the video are like clicking around, right? And I'm thinking it's in here. I even went and locked the door earlier because I'm like, you know, I want to be scared shitless. I keep thinking it's in here. And I keep hearing shit. I don't even know if I want to keep that door open, because I keep looking at LED like I got the dogs here. Look at this. Look at my dogs. Look, they're chilling. They're here to help me. Believe me, if you hear noise, you'll know. So, they kind of got my back here, so I'm kind of relying on them to do what... I'm closing the door. I don't like that door being open, I'll be honest. Oh, my cat's out there. Holy crap. This house is too small for me to be scared in, man. There's not even much area where this could be in. I'll have to do a house tour at some point, but yeah. This video's already like 10 minutes long, and we're only 4 minutes in. I'm this scared.
I quietly closed the door and went up to my dad to shake him awake. He woke up easily, and I whispered to him, "There's someone in the house." He immediately sat up and said, "What?" I said, "There's someone in the kitchen right now in the fridge. I think they're hiding in the attic." My dad is not a large or confrontational man. He keeps a police baton under his bed in the case of an emergency, but I don't think he ever thought he'd have to actually use it. My dad...
Why a police baton? Bro, just get a gun like a normal person, or a bat. Why a police baton? Why out of everything did you get that? That makes no sense to me. Why is that your choice of weapon? What are you gonna do? Chuck it at him? What if he dodges it? You're fucked. Good luck.
Told me to stay quiet. He went to go look out into the hall quietly. When he came back inside, he whispered that he saw someone down the hall climbing into the attic. He shut the bedroom door and he locked it and then called 911. By now, my mom was awake too, but we all stayed as quiet as possible and didn't freak out. It was now a waiting game until the police showed up. My dad went downstairs to open the front door. The attic door was now shut. The police had to go inside, and they found some homeless-looking man hiding in the corner behind that wall of containers.
God, fuck
The sounds I was hearing were in fact from a person the whole time.
Oh, whoa! Oh my god!
While seeming dirty and kind of scary looking, apparently was very straightforward and honest. That he
I'm so glad our attic is so hard to get into, man. I'm sorry, but I'm so glad it's not, because, dude, to get up there, it's a bitch. So, if you manage to get up there, I mean, respect on you, I guess, but...
He walked in when he saw the front door was open the day before, and he had no place to sleep. He brought one of our blankets up there, and there was a jar of peanut butter up there too that he was eating. The whole thing is still very disturbing, and I wonder how things would have played out if I or my father confronted the man instead of the police. My parents didn't press any charges.
He might have just darted out, honestly. I don't... Like, if we're being honest, he might have just ran out the house. I don't really see anything that he could have done. He might have just, like... Or maybe tried to lunge at you?
When I was 18, I threw a house party at my parents' house for Halloween. It was closed invite, meaning I told people not to bring strangers. That was a rule my parents gave me. They were not at the house that weekend, which was why I was able to throw the party.
Don't be like, if I'm throwing a party, don't be bringing strangers, man. I don't want strangers here. I don't want people I know at my damn house.
With another rule being the place needed to be even cleaner than it was before the party. I invited around 50 people, and probably around 40 ended up showing up. The party started around 6. It was starting to get dark out. It would be partially in the backyard and partially the first floor. My parents left me money for refreshments like sodas and food to leave in the kitchen for people to take.
Well, that's cool of them.
I told my parents it would be a non-alcoholic party, but I think they knew that was a load of shit. My friend who's
a... like, let's be honest. You're having a non-alcoholic party with 50 people. Yeah, get the fuck... No.
2 years older than me brought his DJ equipment to DJ, and the party was in full swing by dark. Everyone seemed to listen and not bring strangers, because I recognized everyone. Just about everyone came up to me and greeted me after entering. I didn't drink too much because it was my party and I wanted to be somewhat responsible, but everyone else was getting drunker the later the night went. Eventually one of my friends came out of the house after getting food, and he asked who that guy in the skeleton bodysuit inside the house was. I didn't recall seeing anyone in a bodysuit costume, so I went inside the house, where there were a few people hanging out in the kitchen. I asked if they saw someone wearing a skeleton bodysuit, and someone told me yeah, it seemed like he was snooping around the house. I grew concerned when I heard this, and I asked if anyone invited him or knew who it was. No one inside knew him. I looked around the house and then found him. He was walking down the stairs. I asked, "Who are you?" And he said, "Mike, I was using the bathroom upstairs." It was a really deep voice. He sounded older. His frame was also a bit larger. Not like muscular, just a stockier looking build.
Snuck in, saw a party was going
on.
Who
invited you? And he said, "Tom." I didn't know a single Tom. So
yeah,
Tom.
Tom who?
Then I just asked him if he could take his mask off. He didn't listen or even respond. He just walked past me towards the front door, then he left. I ran upstairs to check if any of the rooms had been gone through, and if anything had been stolen. All the doors upstairs, except for the bathroom door, were closed, and after a quick look, it seemed nothing was stolen. So I went to lock the front door, and then I told a bunch of my friends about how weird that just was. I went outside to ask a few friends if they knew who invited the skeleton guy, and not a single person knew who it was. Eventually, I gave it a rest. The party was winding down around midnight. Most people were starting to leave. A few close friends stayed behind a little later to help clean up. After all was said and done, it was a successful party. When everyone was gone, I started getting ready for bed. One of my friends, Vinny, stayed over on the couch downstairs. After brushing my teeth and changing into pajamas, I decided to go hang out with Vinny in the living room for a while. We had some drinks and just watched funny YouTube videos on TV. My little sister, who was 14, was asleep by now. She didn't hang outside with the party because she was too young. We were being quiet so as not to wake her, but when Vinny and I both heard noises from upstairs, it seemed that we woke her up. I was expecting
not her, is
sounds, which sounded like footsteps, to move to the bathroom or something. I got a little confused when I never heard my sister's door open. I decided to go upstairs just to check on her. I knocked on her door, and she didn't answer. I opened it a crack and saw that she was sleeping.
Oh, God.
So what were those sounds I was hearing then?
The Tom,
I went
dude.
to my parents' room and realized the door wasn't clicked shut. I was able to just push it open without twisting the
doorknob.
doorknob,
make a way to get in?
I made sure their door was closed before the party. I looked inside the room without turning on the lights. Then, as I backed out of the room, I looked through the crack of the door, and on the other side, I saw that guy in the skeleton bodysuit.
Hell no.
I made no mistake. I knew what I was looking at. I'm impressed with myself for not running or screaming. I pretended I didn't see him and pulled the door closed. Then I
You know
went
what?
downstairs.
That's smart. That's smart because you can't lure him to your presence or whatever because he's going to try to lunge at you or probably do some harm because obviously he snuck in that bitch. But that's a smart thing to do. Yeah, act like nothing happened. Call the
Told
police
Vinny
or
that the
dart
guy from
out.
before is in the house. I had him call 911 and tell them that there's an intruder in the house, while I tiptoed back upstairs to my sister's room, went inside, and shook her to wake her up. I explained to her what was going on and made sure she would be quiet while following me downstairs. She did a good job not freaking out either. When we were downstairs, we met Vinny in the kitchen by the back door, where we went outside to the backyard. Then we cut through the side to the front and went to our neighbor's house, ringing the bell at least 3 times. Our neighbor let us wait with him for the police, but at some point before the police got there, that guy escaped through our parents' bedroom window. I know because the window was now open. The closet door was also open, where my dad keeps his safe. It's as if it were someone who knew about the safe being there that tried breaking into it or just taking the whole safe out from the floor. It was obvious how the man broke in. He simply just walked into the party again. It could have been any number of people, though. We never found out who it was. But it was someone who knew I was having a party.
It was probably
someone
the Tom
older,
dude.
and someone who knew about my parents' safe. My sister ended up telling our parents about it. And obviously, that was the last party I was ever allowed to throw at their house.
Understandably so. The third story will be down link in the description on Mr. Nightmare's channel. Make sure to go check out that story because these stories are awesome. These stories actually scared the shit out of me a little bit. I had to look back a few times. He puts so much crazy sound effects and music into it. It sets the mood. It scares the shit out of me every time. But yeah, let's talk about what that was. It might have been just the Tom dude. We're gonna call him Tom dude because I don't know what else to call him besides Skeleton Man, but I think Tom dude's better. But Tom might have just found his way in, or he just walked back in, hid into a closet, and just waited. That's the only way you can see. This shoe scared the shit out of me because I looked on the screen and I thought there was a person there. And this was a bad idea. Why did I do this? Why did I think this was a good idea? I'm like, you know what? It's spooky season, so let's go watch this right now. But I know. I decided to scare myself, and I probably have to watch or play something else to make myself feel better because I don't know how I feel about this. But we can talk about the story real quick about somebody who used to live in an attic. I'll probably have changed some things around. Wait until it's long in this video because anyone I know, I don't think is going to watch this long in the video. So I'm not necessarily getting myself in trouble here. It's like 20 minutes into the video. Yeah, I don't think anybody's watching this long. But let's talk about the story, right? I was living with my girlfriends for a little bit, right? Probably during the summer. And I was kind of bouncing back from my grandparents. Only stuff I had was at my grandparents because they couldn't fit at my girlfriend's house. So I would go stay there during the night. I would go stay at my grandma's during the day to do my videos and stuff like that, right? So it happened one day. Her brother was acting really weird, right? We didn't really know what was going on. He was bringing stuff up to the attic, being really strange, right? And this is not too out of the ordinary. He's a really strange dude. For the worst. He starts taking some of my stuff up there, some of her stuff in there. And then, I don't know, like handful of like extension cords, stuff like that, like doing like weird shit. And everyone's asking, like, dude, what are you doing? And he's just sitting there just being like, oh, this is my house, getting his ego trip and stuff like that, has bad ego trips. And so he's putting all the stuff up there, and we think it's just one of his episodes or whatever, right? Because that's what usually happens. Well, that's funny because when reality what was happening was everything was being weird over the last few days, right? He was taking a bunch of food and stuff like that, like way more food than usual, and saying he was eating all of it. Well, come to find out a few days later, his girlfriend was in the attic. This dude has like 2 girls who fight over him, right? This dumbass hides her up there, but he decides to call this other girl being like, I don't really know what they were talking about, but the other girl who's living at the house decided to talk about, hey, I'm here, yada, yada, yada. My girlfriend hears about this, tells her mom saying, hey, I think she's in the attic. And her mom's like, no way, right? And you know what the girl who's in the attic, let's call her Emily, right? Let's call her Emily. So Emily's in the attic, right? So she's telling her mom about this, saying, hey, you need to go check the attic. She's in there. But her mom's like, no, there's no way. Not believing it. Until she's like, go check in that one room because from what I've understood, the attic's huge. And it has different openings in different rooms, right? There's one in their little brother's closet. Goes in there. Doesn't open because she's sitting on the shit, so they're trying to crash it open, and then basically Emily fell through the attic door, and basically she tried to get up, she couldn't get out, so she tried to get up, tried to run off, slammed and fell over, and basically cracked through the whole ceiling. There was a big crack through the whole ceiling, stuff like that, which Eventually, when they were trying to press charges, which basically got nothing for it, which that's still nuts to me. But yeah, she's up there living in the attic, and so they call the police. Police drag her out there. There's this whole shit show going on, right? And so they let her go, which is surprising. They don't do anything with her, even though she did this stuff to the house, basically breaking property that's not hers. Got nothing for it. I still don't know to this day how that makes any sense. But come to find out, she left her phone up there and went through the messages with her brother. And she has two brothers. She has the younger one and an older one. The message with the older one is saying, oh, she's been here since Wednesday. It's Friday at this point. So she's been up there. And mind you, the part in the attic she's in is above my girlfriend's room. The room we were living in, she was right above that shit because there was an attic door right there in the middle of the hallway. She heard everything we were talking about the whole entire time throughout this time. And it's really weird to me till this day to think about somebody's up there listening to every conversation you're having. And you don't even know they're there. You're sleeping there while someone's in the attic. You don't even know that's there. And the dogs were sometimes freaking out, just randomly, just freaking out. You're like, what the fuck is happening? You hear bang on the walls, and we thought, oh, it's the animals just fucking around, because usually that's what it is. Usually my cat's fucking around, or it's Luna fucking around, right? Which is the dog. And so, come to find out, she's up there, up in the attic the whole time. It still baffles me that there was somebody just listening up there the whole entire time that was just snuck up there. But, yeah, I don't know. I think she went to jail for a little bit. I think she got into custody, but she got let go very soon, which I don't know how. I mean, she's crazy. You gotta be crazy to go up there. She's like a bad drug addict, and I can sympathize with it for a certain degree, but she got herself in this bad position. And you know, this drug addiction made her homeless and whatnot, and you know, she's in the situation she is now, just bouncing around, no job, no car. I guess I don't really know what keeps happening. The story keeps kind of changing on that. All in all, I've heard she's kind of nuts as well. Moral of the story is, look what's in your attic. Keep an eye out, please. If you guys love the video, like, comment, subscribe. If you guys enjoyed this story time, thumbs up. And yeah, peace.
Let's go. Where's my women at? Where's my women at? Huh? Where's my bitches at? Where's my bitches at? Huh? Where's my women at? Where's my women at? Huh? Where's my bitches at? Where's my bitches at? Huh? Where's my women at? Where's my women at? Huh? Where's my bitches at? Where's my bitches at? Tell them, you know I get these bitches. What? They're not about to get my riches. Huh? You already know I'm broke as fuck. Shit. If you think you're about to